Hello YouTube. Now I didn't watch the Lavecon presentation that closely. I had it on in the background as I was doing other things around the house today, so I may have missed some details. But from what I saw, the information about the Thargoid weapons and such, nice pretty pictures, but not a whole lot of new information that I don't think we already knew. They are going to add hull repair limpets and the ability to synthesize limpets from the synthesis panel with collected materials from mining and surface prospecting. All of that is good, and I think the explorers out there will really like having that new module option available. How effective it may be in combat, especially for those who are going to do hull tank builds, or maybe even increase the viability of, say, a support cutter or support corvette or something like that in dynamics of a wing fight, don't know. Until we actually see the mechanics in action, it's anyone's real guess at this point. So those are some good things that I saw, but probably the biggest thing that piqued my interest was the changes to the crime and punishment system. Now already the PvP gangstas on the forums and Reddit have essentially said what they've proposed thus far, while I will say is a step in the right direction, still is not enough to deter them from their activities. So what is changing is that now rebuys will be tied to whatever the rebuy of the cost of the ship you were in at the time of commission of the crime. With whatever the biggest ship you were flying while committing crimes against other players, this is effective against PvP only, would then become your rebuy. This essentially eliminates the suicide winder loophole, where if you get a big bounty against you, you just go get a 2,000 credit suicide winder, kill yourself, and you're only out a couple thousand credits. So now if you commit a crime in a cutter and try to do that, when you go to the rebuy screen, it's going to cost you 40 million credits, or 50 million credits, or 30 million credits, whatever the cost of that cutter would be. If you were in, say, an FDL, it'll cost you a couple million credits, so on and so forth. Again, unfortunately, that's not going to be enough with credits just so easy to get in the game this day and age. And even if Quince is patched out next week, there'll be something else to replace it later. It's basically meaningless, and that's what the PvPers are pointing out. And I tend to agree with them on that. But they are going to start issuing galaxy-wide Pilots Federation bounties, and I think with that, in lieu of the fact that we're not going to get a karma system until sometime much later, I think what they could do is also issue a Pilots Federation impound of all of those players' modules and ships that are stored at secure stations. Not only that, but deny them docking privileges, at the very least to Jameson Memorial or Founders World, where they get discounts and have access to every module in the game. Therefore, if they do want to change their ship outfitting or get another ship, they're going to have to go out searching for it and basically start from scratch until they die and pay their debts to the game. And I guess you say the larger game society as a whole. I think that that would be a fitting deterrent. And, you know, the other thing that I would like to see there is if you have a, say, 10,000 credit bounty on your head, the numbers are made up here. I don't know if it should be 10,000 or 100,000 or a million credits, but let's just say you have a 10,000 credit bounty on your head. You're no longer able to dock at high security stations anywhere in the galaxy. If you have a 50,000 credit bounty on your head, you're no longer able to dock at either medium or high security systems. If you have a 100,000 credit bounty on your head, you're no longer able to dock at low security systems, so you can't dock at low, medium, or high. The only place you can dock would be Anarchy systems, and maybe make some of those systems very limited as to what outfitting selections and things of that nature that you would have available. I think that that would be more of an interim fitting punishment towards people who want to engage in this type of behavior. Now, one thing that is kind of interesting is with this player or galaxy-wide player federation bounty is, let's say you went PvPing in a cutter and got a 40 million credit rebuy, you only have 30 million credits and a couple of ships, or let's just say you have only 10 million credits and a couple of ships. Well, you have to liquidate those ships and basically liquidate your entire assets before you even get the option of respawning, apparently, in a Sidewinder with 1,000 credits. So there's no cheap way out of this. What this means is that the gankers just aren't going to be flying cutters and corvettes to do their ganking. They'll probably stay in the FDLs, vultures, things of that nature. That basically the ability to earn credits makes those rebuys almost seemingly meaningless. So, at any rate, that's what I saw thus far. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.